Well, good morning everybody. We're going to show you building my 29 Ford Roadster ute. Well, this is the first stage of it, as you can see sitting here. I've completed building the front end, which is a fair bit of work. I'll go into that a little bit later. Basically, this is my little workshop. Yeah, it's big enough for me, I suppose. A lot bigger than a lot of people's as well, I believe. So, and bear with me with the photography. First time doing this. My son's asked me to film this process for you all. In there's a storeroom, which is a bit of a mess. We had a huge flood last night, so there's a lot of water everywhere, and I've got to clean it all up. So, yes. So slowly get out in the sunshine, maybe to show you a bit more that way. It's 29 Ford Roadster ute, it will be. The chassis has been boxed and new engine mounts are welded in. As you can see, really close. No, a bit hard to see, but yes, they're welded in underneath. Rear cross member for the gearbox, and it's also running a K member to support the chassis with a tail shaft loop. The rear end is a Chrysler Centura. Yeah, I haven't looked at that one too much yet, but I'll work on that later. The motor is a 302 Windsor with a C4, and the motor will be warmed up a little bit, which I probably don't need to, but yeah, why not? It's a hot rod. So the front end is a HTHG Holden, or HK. Hey, no, HTHG. It's got a Holden VN rack and pinion steering, which has been modified by Steve Houlihan. It's got Leyland P76 rotors in there, which are Ford stud pattern. And then we go to the HX calipers, which fit that as well. So it's a lot of bits and pieces to make this front end come together and make it all work. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there. So there's a lot of work. Today I am going to sand one of the guards down, which I've just picked up. It's a little bit better than my original one, which is over behind that black one over there, which I'll dig out later and show you. Yes, there's bits and pieces everywhere here. There's the fuel tank. I've just picked this fuel tank up, a little bit better condition. And then on the side, I'll get it out later. I'll show you what I've done with, I've put a patch panel in because the other panel, obviously it was rusted out, same with the subframe, which I've replaced as well. So there's a lot of making panels and bits and pieces, so there's a lot of work to do. Also on the bench, there's a few tools that I've made up. Of course, you need a brass rod for when you're welding steel. I've flattened a bit of copper pipe around an old chisel to hold into awkward places, so you don't burn your hands, obviously. Yeah, well, and then there's my press, which also has attachments for a bender as well, which I'll assemble later and show you what happens with that. Plus I bought another bender from eBay and so on, so I'll get it all out to show you what tools we got, just to make things a little bit easier. So I can't afford to buy a huge press or bender to keep in the workshop, so we just have to make do with what we can. And I've also got a bender outside which a friend made, which I'll show you a little bit later.